Hey guys, it's Ride the Wind. It is December 17th, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on what I'm working on and why I've been gone for a little while. Not only due to health issues, but a lot of studying to find out what's going on and what these things mean. So let me give you a brief overview, and I got notes and notes and notes that I need to kind of condense, or it's going to be a 2-hour video, and that's not going to fly. I'm not going to get any views, but I got to work that out. Okay. I think we left off with the 3 dragons, right? Let me begin with around the world, on the streets, on the side of buildings, inside of buildings, going through windows, there is a signature of 3. 4 counting a green orb. Okay? That's where I started. Follow me. So in every country, I'm seeing this signature of the 3 dragons, which are certain colors. Okay? Then there's this fluorescent green, which is lighting up skyscrapers. I mean, lighting up the side of skyscrapers, buildings, leaving its signature in the street, leaving its signature on the side. It's everywhere. Okay. I'm trying to think things through. In the meantime, I'm seeing all kinds of other stuff, but I don't know if I can really even put all together, you know? Okay, so here's where I'm at. I defined the green orb. I know what the debris field is. I know that they just released a deal saying that there's a galaxy coming at us, which is a cover story for the debris field that appears all around the world. And it's probably, and I'm going to be straight with y'all, it's more horrifying than the actual dragons. The tail is trillions of miles long. We make it through this, we will have asteroid alerts like weather reports every day. When it passes by and the Earth stops turning and the oceans don't, one side of the Earth is going to take a big hit on the debris field before we start to rotate again. Which side's it going to be, gang? Is it going to be our side, or is it going to be the other side of the world? You might want to think about that. Okay, now I've matched the colors. Let's begin with this, right? I'll get into it deeper. I just want to be real quick because I'm tired. I'm not right yet. And all I've been doing is this, right? I started picking the elements, the 4 main elements. Earth, wind, fire, water. Each of those have a color. You know what those colors match? The 4 colors count the green of these green orbs that are floating around the Earth and also leaving circles. Okay, I figured that much out. We're also talking chakra colors. Okay? We've got like 2 pages of notes on this, right? So let's move forward from the debris field that is in front of, I lost my lighting. Well, what happened, Darryl? What happened? Because my lighting guy's not here today. Anyway, so let's begin. Well, let me just tell you that including the green, these are also chakra colors. They're the colors of the 4 main elements within Earth. And they're all over, man. Even the tail. And I watched St. Petersburg the other night. Hundreds of people on the street watching their sky just blow the hell up. It's like nothing you've ever seen. But they're not treating people inhumanly. They're standing there watching. And they're doing that for one reason. Because they had forewarning from Putin. So this freaking stuff didn't show up and rush the skies as a major shock to these people. They've run commercials. They've made their people aware. They've made shelters. He's invited countries to come to Russia to be helped. I think he is the largest humanitarian in history. And if you've noticed, the man has kept his mouth shut for the last 4 months, and he ain't showing up at no summits, no G7 summits, no United Nations summits. Why? Because they're all pushing climate change. Climate change, Greta, is total BS. I know you're young, but learn what you're talking about. It's just like global warming. They made trillions of dollars in taxes. Where's Al now, huh? Where is Al now? This is not climate change, gang. It's got nothing to do with climate change. Of course, the planets, the stellar cores, the plasma, the galactic cosmic rays are causing changes in our climate, but do not just define this as climate change, because that's another one of their lies. You know, sweet little girl, but do some research. Know what you're talking about, because you're not impressing me. And she got nailed the other day. She told everybody in the audience she rode in first class. The train company called and said she's lying. She rode in coach. So when I see somebody lie, and I see a little girl, but I'm not putting down, I'm not judging, who hasn't done her research and is sparking fires on the distraction, praise that was made to cover what's really going on, you're out of my world. You've lost me. Okay? So, I told you about the colors, right? I want to give you an overview of one other thing. There are, I don't know if there's many. I don't know if it's one that's reflecting around the earth, but there is an orb out there that gives out the same amount of luminosity. These things are hitting the streets and leaving their signatures all over the world, all over the side of buildings, inside of houses. And that includes this green thing, right? So I'm studying the green. Here's where I'm at with it. It defines healing. It defines strength. They're spirits. They are elemental beings. Okay? That's the way it defines it if you look this up. Fluorescent green orbs, 2019, look it up. Somebody made a report in Michigan about it. Just one report, okay? And it was seen from Michigan all the way to Ohio. This thing is massive. It's also leaving these green dots all over the place, right? And this gets deeper, this circle. It's leaving an emerald green circle, which ties into Gemini. It's called the emerald ring, right? Okay. Now I'm going to click over. I'm going to switch gears from the information that I've received on the internet on what these are. And I'm going to go to Hopi with you. Hopi defines them also as spiritual beings for healing, for positive purposes. The color green is a positive color. It's the blue where we go wrong, okay? So it gives out this signature. It's either a very intense signature, or it shows up this little green, weird kind of like an oval pill shaped figure. I've got close-ups of this thing. You will see my new logo. That's it. That's it. Okay? So, the Hopi talk about the circles also. Real clear on this. And I've seen this, but I do not talk about it. Within those circles, I often look into, or I feel like, and I thought it was cams, right? I feel as though I'm looking into another dimension. Because I'm watching people or some type of things moving around within these circles. Now, what the Hopi say is those are spirits. And what the Hopi say is those circles are portholes. So the purples are all good. I'm going to leave you with one thing, and I'll do another one later, right? Somebody responded to me. Somebody gave me one thing that just made my mind click. I have always known in the back of my mind, and you go back to my first videos talking about Isa, that it's him in some way. It was somehow connected to him, right? A beautiful person the other day, with a very smart mind, puts I, S-O-N. Let me say that again. I, S-O-N. I, son. Dewey Sadie, are you following me so far? He's here. He's here, no doubt. So that's the one positive thing. That and the green orbs, two positive things I'm throwing out there. Besides the other stuff, which isn't even close to positive. But you people who have denied, you people who have not listened, you people who don't help others, you people who are trapped in narcissism, those trillions of asteroids out there have names on them. You better study and you better get your stories right. Like my man, RST Sport. It is our job to be researching and learning. And I give this guy credit for supporting me, for having my back, and for always throwing me information. There are other people involved here too, but it's mainly him, right? We all need to be learning. The clock is ticking. We need the right story when he shows up. Okay? Just have to wait. Because the people who are going to go are the ones that denied him. He will show no pity. Okay? You people who go to church, I'm sorry, every Sunday you deny him. The Sabbath is Saturday. He's not here to have people float away and usher us into this new great world after the way we behave. He left us a simple code, love and help each other. We blew that one. We blew it. So you people who think it's going to be this, and this is my opinion, that it's going to be this awesome ascension and floating into another world, despite the way you believed and the way you've denied him and the way you've concocted your own stories of what reality is. Nobody's floating out of this one. We got an army mobilizing across the U.S. What does that mean? At some point, we're all going to have to stand up. It's probably going to get my channel shut down for saying this, and they are shutting down channels right now. Okay? There's a storm coming. I said it from the start. But when I looked and really got a good picture of the dragon and looked into it, I felt humbled. I just cried. I felt awe. The main thing I felt was I'm glad that he's here. It's time. Things have to change. How many times can people be told to help one another and not do it? The simple code that he left. What did our books do for us? Pitch peace, the Bible. What do we have? War. Pitch love. What do we have? Hate. Pitch unity. What do we have? Division. What did these books do? They were written and meant to control us. And that's exactly what they did. 40,000 different Christian schisms of people who think they know what they're talking about. Well, tell you what, everything you written or wrote or read, was written by man, rewritten by man in some way, shape, or form. Okay? And you believe it. Okay? Now you're still in the mode, even though none of this has worked, nothing that's worked, everything that was in the Bible, peace, war, love, everything we were supposed to do is the exact opposite of the way we're behaving right now. What did these books do? How many millions of people have died and fought and judged and defined through religion? Look at where that got us. Why is he here? Is he here because that book was right? No. He's here because it was rewritten and people weren't smart enough, did not do their due diligence. And people who say they read Scripture, no, I could prove all day to people who think they know Scripture that they don't know Scripture. Yeah, one last thing to say, and I can't remember what it is. He knew. He said he was coming back to set the week. I want to tell you people one more time, you people that think you're going to float away into another world, into another dimension, out of the mistakes we've made, out of the way that we've denied him, in my opinion, you need to reevaluate your thought pattern. You need to look at Trumpet of Zion. You need to look at the military movement that's headed right at us. And you think you're going to float out on books, in my opinion, that lied. But people still hold their faith. We have no faith. Faith in what? It didn't work throughout. Look at where it got us. Now your faith is he's going to bring you up. No, he didn't say that. No. He said he's coming back to set the week. And that's what he's going to do. But his main purpose, I think, of being here is to battle gods. CERN's about to wake him up. And then things are going to get really weird. You're going to have Shiva on the scene. You're going to have Nimrod on the scene. You're going to have Azazel. He's here to fight those gods. This is, and I've stated before, a battle of the gods. And to restore balance. If you've done right, you haven't denied him, you will ascend. If you're creating your own reality out of a disreality, which these books are, no, you will knock on his door and he will tell you, you don't know me. He exists within us. Everything around us is the one, the Creator, the Great Spirit. It's within us. It's around us. We breathe it. It's entwined into our DNA. We never needed any books. We never needed man to write any books, which resulted, or their main purpose was only to control. Look how that worked out. Again, ask yourself why he's here. Because we did right? He's coming here to pass out gold stars to everybody? No, wrong. Wrong again, in my opinion. Because in my journey, I've watched humanity. I've seen some of the darkest things going through this that I've ever seen in my life. And it has specifically to do with the way people treat each other. What's going to happen and what will happen is as it should be. And it will be. And balance will be restored. But will we be around for that balance? That's the question. You know, I plead with you, stop denying him and start helping each other. That's all he said, love and help each other. That was the main message. That's it. That's it. And that message exists within your DNA. It exists within your heart. It exists within your soul. A tear of compassion that runs through your veins. And if you don't have that tear, let's get back to the asteroids with your name on it. I'm not a preacher, but I damn sure know what's going on. I've been on almost a 6-year road trip, and I've traveled hundreds of miles, if not thousands. And I watched this behavior occur everywhere. The hate, the judgment, the defining, the standing on a book and saying, my way is right, your way is wrong. That's what got millions of people killed. And it's still in effect right now. It's like people don't understand what they're doing. Cannot, with religion, could we have ever agreed to disagree. Because if we could have taken that one step, we'd probably be okay. This is Ride the Wind. Thank you for my new subs. Thank you. Just thank you for staying with me. You know, I'm sorry I'm late with this. I have to add one other thing. I got a comment through another channel. Very intelligent man. And we talked about the people who won't wake up. And I've defined some of them and why I think they do. But I think there's other people. And he alerted me to this. And he made me think of this. That there are other people out there that may be in so much pain that they're unable to access the app within our brains, within our hearts, that give us the knowledge to understand what's going on. And for you people, I feel very sad. I hope you look to inner self. I hope you saw the pain that you have within you, that you come to terms with it, and that we all stand up as a species and human beings, like a men, strong women, men, that we are supposed to be. Denial's going to get you hurt. Learn who he is. Look into inner self. Find your love. And fight for what's right. Man, I'm doing it all the time. I'm going nuclear on people that I see doing this crap. And that's really not the way to behave, but I am up to here with it. Again, I've traveled out states. I've been to 100 different towns, and it's all the same. Hate, greed, defining, judgment. There's one person who holds the power of judgment and definition. And that entity, as Gandalf states in Lord of the Rings, does not share power. I'm going to leave it with that. I'm probably going to switch over eventually too, because they're going to start shutting down truth channels to music, which might be a more positive way for me to reach people and not hurt me as bad as sitting on these cams, excuse me. So I'm really bored with it. I think I'm about 2 weeks out on getting the guitar you guys showed me play. But I want to transfer to trying to put through my message through music. Because not only can I deliver that message to you, but I can also help release it from the tension, the information from my heart in a positive way that will affect my frequency, which will bring it up. I'm going to leave it at that. I love you guys. Give me a couple more days, or maybe tomorrow, to get my notes together and feel right. And I'm going to get them to you, and I'm going to explain what's going on as far as the way I understand it, and as far as the week of research I put into this. I'm tired, okay? I love you guys. Thank you guys, you new subs. I'm not barking at you guys, right? You know I love you. You know I know you already know what I know. You know I know you're protected and that we're protected. I'm barking at the people who will not stop hurting each other. Just stop, okay? Rest of you guys, you know the deal. Get out there and help others. Christmas is coming. Head down to the hood. Don't put yourself in a dangerous position. Get down there and help these people. It's Christmas, and they're cold, and they need to Be treated like human beings. If you don't have anything to give, go down there and just sit and talk with somebody, but let them talk. Keep your mouth shut. Let them talk. Let them feel like a human being. Let them feel like someone cares. Okay? It's Christmas. Do that. Do that, please. I love you guys. Ride the wind. Always tread the air above the din. And watch out for these distractions that they're putting out in the science feeds to cover what's coming in. Because a lot of it is BS. Okay? Anyway, have a good day. Or have a good night. Again, this is Ride the Wind. Thank you for all your respect, all your love, all your feedback, all your ideas, all your answers. Because they are deeply appreciated. And most of all, your friendship and love is appreciated. And we'll all make it through this together. Have a good night.